afternoon, West Ham fans. Julian Lopetegui has just finished his press conference ahead of the game against Bournemouth on Monday. And as always, we bring to you the West Ham Network a synopsis of what's been said. So you don't have to sit there and watch the 15 minutes of adverts beforehand or the fact that you can't hear the journalist answer the questions. And so let's crack into it. We've got a little bit to get through. Oh, I've completely disappeared. Nope. Merry Christmas. There we go. So it was a very, 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 very short press conference. Certainly not the length that we experienced last week, which was, I think, probably one of the most interesting press conferences I've listened to for a long time, and typically I wasn't covering it. Anton was covering it. And what's quite interesting is I always like to watch listen to what's been said, and also watch what's been on the blog, on the West Ham blog. And what was quite interesting was there was no questions about. There was a question about team news, but it hasn't appeared in the blog yet, so I might have updated. But in essence, in terms of what we're looking at, he did say we have a couple of little problems, so we need to see how they are before Monday. As always, we don't play till Monday. West Ham can't ruin our weekend because we play on Monday, but because of that, it gives them an out. And obviously, they had a couple of days off before going back to training earlier this week. Not too sure who those problems are. He never says. And he did reference it later on, so I don't think it might be a little problem, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just chewing the fat a bit too much, looking between the lines a little bit more. He was asked specifically about Nicholas Füllkrug and asked, how he's getting on, and is he due for a start? And he just basically said, yeah, kinda. He was so non-committal. Yeah, he's kind of ready for one, but we'll wait and see. And then someone asked him whether he was fully fit. He'd recovered from his injury, and he did say yes. So he's recovered. Whether he's match fit is a different question, really. So I think if he's fit, they'll try and get him on the pitch, to be honest, because they need it. And then anyway, we asked specifically about Michail Antonio, obviously being the first sort of press conference or pre-match press conference before a game after obviously the crash on Saturday, and was asked about whether him and the team, how they've seen him, and says we're going to see him today or tomorrow. The main thing is we are happy he's recovering well. We are very close to his family, and we wish him the best, as we all do as West Ham fans. But it does seem that he's had a surgery was successful, so didn't seem to be any extra complications there, so wish him better. But that's the attacking side. The question was asked about the defending side, and reference to Emerson saying how we're trying to, in the post-match in the Wolves game, saying how they're trying to work harder when it comes to defending. And Julian said to work with a clean sheet always is better for the team, but it's not easy in the Premier League. We're trying to be more consistent. I think we were better in the last match, but there are always ways and things you can do to improve. In my opinion, this is one of the toughest stadiums you can go to. So we need to be able to compete against a team that will demand a lot. But every match is different. And on Monday, we need to be ready to play one of the best teams at home. Not my words, the words of Julian Lopetegui. He loves to build up the opposition, doesn't it? Just in case he loses. Well, I did say they were one of the best teams at home. And even the Wolves game, he was really bigging up, saying, yeah, but they're a really good side and, false position in the league. And I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Asked specifically about Bournemouth and how he thinks they're getting on. Ariel is doing very well. They allowed him time after a tricky start. Then he paused. They allowed him time after a tricky start. Hashtag just saying. He didn't say that. Or maybe his guy next to him did, but he didn't. But he's done very well there. It's going to be hard for us, but we need to concentrate on what we can control to go there with the right mentality. Excellent. And there was a question about consistency. Obviously, we do seem to have a good win and a bad win, or not good win or bad win, but good performance and a bad performance and a bad performance and a good performance. There's not really a consistent, apart from being consistently bad, in all honesty. But in terms of improving the consistency, and particularly the next run of games, looking to get points in all of the games leading up to Christmas, but we should be, or looking to. Whether we do is another thing. Asked about consistency. Consistency is always important. But we don't look back. We have to focus on the next challenge. Despite having a small challenge this week, I don't know what he's referencing, whether he's referencing the injury. And that's what I said. He sort of alluded to that. It's like, you're talking about, so, does that mean a Big E's injured? I don't know. But despite having a small challenge this week, we'll be ready as ready as possible for Monday. And then there's some questions asked about pressure. And obviously the pressure going to the Wolves game, if he'd lost, he would have definitely been sacked, in my opinion, in terms of everything that was coming out of the club, in terms of news and leaks. So was asked about the pressure, and is the pressure off slightly because they won that game? And he goes, there is always pressure because we are talking about the Premier League. In the same way, each match is an opportunity, and we are working to be ready to show our best against Bournemouth. So on Monday, we're bringing our best. They're working on bringing their best. And then lastly, it's not team news. It's not the bad news and team news. It's basically, is he enjoying his time at West Ham? And he goes, I am enjoying my work always. I love being here and managing West Ham. We didn't have the start we wanted, but I think we are getting better. And we are working to get to the desired level. I'm happy with the commitment of the players, and I'm enjoying my work every day. And he always does that, actually. He deflects all the criticism of the players to him, which, if I was a player, I'd be quite happy with that, because it's like, he'll take the rap, not me. But he does that quite a lot. I can't. The commitment of the players, obviously haven't played very well consistently. But he's always that. But that's on me. There we go. But I know what you're all here for. It's not about team news. It's not about Nicholas Fulkrug. It's not about Michail Antonio comments. You're here for two reasons. One is the for sure counter, and one is the focus monitor. Now, disappointing today, albeit a small one. So pro rata to length of interview, I think it's pretty average. He usually averages about 11 for sures and about 7 to 8 focuses, but I'd say it's probably about half as long as the usual press conferences are. So therefore, 7 for sures and 3 focuses. So I'd say pro rata consist. His XG for focuses and for sures is still pretty similar. But that was it, my friend. Oh, no, for sure, still there. So thank you so much for your time, as always. We'll have Hammers Headlines a bit later on. Don't forget, if we've less than a week and a half, really, until Christmas, just under 2 weeks now. If you want to get your letter for your child, or even for yourself, a bit of self-reassurance that you're on the nice list, don't forget the santaco.co.uk, and West Ham Network viewers have a discount of 30% at checkout. Just put in West Ham Network, all one word, at checkout for 30%, which means the basic package is like £6 something, and next day delivery is available as well because of that. So you could get it tomorrow, probably, if not Monday. Anyway, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, my friends. Much love. Peace out.